Good morning, happy Monday, and welcome to the Monday Morning Pep Talk. In this week's installment, we're going to continue our difficult emotions theme and dig into I'm so sad because I didn't get a job I really wanted, because I lost the job I loved, because I didn't get an interview for my dream role. I think we've all been here before, and even as I talk about this, feelings are coming up for me about opportunities that I and others have lost in the past and how sad they still make me feel. It breaks my heart to go through this myself, but it hurts even more when I see others experience this sadness as well. One such moment for me came several years ago when I was working on a project that I thought would become my full-time job. I was inspired by the mission and the founder, and it seemed like a great place to make a positive impact on the world. Unfortunately, what I was needing and what the founder was needing were very different. As much as I wanted to be a part of it, I did not have the attributes that the founder needed as a long-term partner. Sadly, I could not see this at the time. When they found someone who was not only value-aligned, but also had the skills and network to make the organization successful, I could only be sad, mad, and even resentful. I couldn't see that their choice was actually for the greater good for the organization and the communities that they were serving. Rather than acknowledging the needs of the other person, organization, and their communities, I chose to just hold on to my resentment at the time. I'll come back to how this story ends in a little bit. These feelings can take many forms, but in most cases, the problem is we have our heart set on a job or an opportunity, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't materialize. We may have already started to envision ourselves in the role. We may have already started to connect in a meaningful way with the team. We may have already started to feel the impact that we could have there. So how can we reframe this in a more productive way? Believe it or not, the first thing we need to do is fully grieve the loss of the opportunity. I know this sounds counterintuitive, but just as we envision what it could be, we should also take the time to feel through losing the opportunity. We need to acknowledge that we lost something. We need to acknowledge that we wanted it for truly positive intentions. And we need to acknowledge that there's going to be a lot of other feelings wrapped up in this that we're going to have to feel through. Anger, resentment, disappointment. These are not things to be avoided or repressed. They are things that we need to feel all the way through. And after we've done this, we can ask ourselves, what can we learn from this experience? What can we still do to realize this vision that we have for ourselves? What is the next opportunity where we can look for all the things that excited us about this role or this opportunity? So what happened with me and that founder and organization? Well, I continued my pursuit of impactful work and projects and ended up getting a full-time job with another client, Shift Capital, where I was able to make a meaningful impact on underserved communities in Philadelphia. The founder of the other organization and I end up reconciling quite easily, actually, after some time had passed. And they ended up having a very productive partnership, which fueled an incredible period of growth for the company and the impact that they would have. In the end, everyone got what they were needing. It was just not in the place where I and we originally thought it would be. So how can you apply this to your situation? First, start by feeling all the feels. Name the emotion that you're feeling and see where they show up in your body. Feel the sadness, feel the anger, feel the resentment. Acknowledge they are all there and are things that can be learned from. Next, ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to tell me? If you've lost an opportunity, this feeling is telling you you found something that really moves you. You rarely feel sad about losing a job that you knew you were going to hate. In these cases, you can always ask yourself, even though I did not get this particular job or opportunity, how could I act as if I did? What other project could I do? What problem could I help solve? What strategy might help accomplish that goal that I had for that position? What other organizations could I support in this work? Finally, and this is extra credit, the next time you're in the running for a job or exciting opportunity, pre-grieve losing it. Just as you envisioned yourself in it, envision yourself not getting it. What does that feel like? What can you do now that you've felt through losing that opportunity? You may just find that by pre-grieving, you put yourself in an even better, bolder, and more confident position to actually pursue the opportunity. I call this being unattached to the outcome. And I suggest you give it a try the next time you have your heart set on something. As always, we sincerely appreciate your time and attention. Remember, we love you, we believe in you, and we're here for you. We hope you have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you again next week.